I have quite a big makeup collection, and so I also wanted to try Project Pan. If you don't know what Project Pan is, it's basically where you start to actually use up your products before you're going to buy new ones, and also to like reduce the amount of products you have in your collection. That is what Project Pan is. Now I wanted to start doing it because, like I mentioned, I have a huge makeup collection, and sometimes I don't always have a great overview of all of my products, and unfortunately sometimes I even forget what products I have, so I also forget to use them, which is sad, especially if they're really good products. So that is why I want to start doing Project Pan, and also to like actually empty my products, so it gives me a better feeling that I didn't waste any money or anything. And so I have a few products here which I really want to empty or use a little bit more, and it would be good to pan them. And now I'm going to show you what products I have for this project. Let's start with two foundations. Now I have a lot of foundations by now. That's why I want to empty some of my foundations, because some are already expired, but if they are still working for me, I'm still going to use them. And so these are the foundations I want to empty. This is the Catrice Tinted Serum Foundation. Now this is already almost empty because I have, not really entirely empty, but I have this much left, and this is the shade. It was a very light shade. It's 001N, and it's not that I don't like this foundation. I really like this foundation because these serum foundations, they work very well for my skin, as I have dehydrated skin. But when I bought it and when I tested it in the drugstore, it was kind of my match because of the artificial lighting they got. But at home I noticed it was very, very light. It was too light for me. So I always only use this foundation for lightening my other foundations, which worked fine. So that's why I emptied already so much, but I hope I can empty it completely this year. And I also have this foundation in another shade, which is actually my shade or closer to my real skin tone. And since I don't really want two of the same foundations in my collection, I'm working on this right now. And the other foundation is this Kiko foundation. It's the Charming Escape Hydrating Serum Foundation. This is also a serum foundation, and this is also already quite old. It must have been expired by now, but it smells amazing. It doesn't even smell off or something. That's why I still use it. And also I like this foundation. The issue with this foundation is this is too dark for me. Now this was a foundation which was not in their standard range. I think it was a limited edition or one of their collections they frequently make, and I don't know when it came out. It is maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years old already, but like I said, it smells good, so I still use it. Whenever Kiko had these collections, the foundations in them, they always had like 3 or 5 shades, so not many. I think for this one it was only 3 or 4 shades, and this was the shade number 2. It was very dark for me. In the store it wasn't dark. I didn't want the lightest shade, but this is obviously too dark for me, so I always mix it with this foundation, and they work well. They have the similar texture because both are more like this runny serum foundation, so it's not like they disrupt each other. That's for foundations. And I'm a person, I actually try to use up every product I have, even if I don't like them. But when I have a product which I really, really hate, I ask my sisters or my mom whether or not they want this product, but I never throw a product out. Even if I really hate it, I try to make it work somehow. It would feel so wasteful for me. The next product I want to not exactly empty because I really love this product, but I want to pan it, and it's this Too Faced eyeshadow palette. This was one of their holiday collections. I got it as a gift from my sister, and I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette. I was so excited when I got this from my sister because I loved the colors, and I still love the colors here. And actually I use every color except for these ones because they are this glittery creamy shadows, but the formulation is almost terrible, I might say. It's just this chunky glitter, and kind of sticky. So if you're going to swatch it, it looks like this. It wouldn't even look good on the eyes. Now with the lighting it looks kind of pretty, but in real life it would look like this. You cannot even blend it or smudge it out because it's so sticky and like all over the place. And also this chunky glitter is not really nice, maybe for the body on festivals or something, but on the eyes not really. So I know for sure I won't empty these or even pan them. They are kind of weird. I love this color. I use this color the most, but I still didn't pan it. It's this beautiful light pink matte shade with glittery particles, which I really love. I love this shade. It's such a beautiful mauve tone, and I also did my eye makeup with it today. I used this shade, this and this, and I created this look. So I use almost every color. This is also this more chunky glittery shade, but it's much better to work with than the other shades, but it's also not really good because it's also just chunky and a bit sticky and not very, you cannot move it or blend it. It's just weird, I don't know. Panning it would give me a feeling of like I actually used this eyeshadow palette and I liked it. That's why I panned it, so that's why I use it almost every single day. So the next product will also be an eyeshadow product, but a single eyeshadow. It's this white single eyeshadow by Kiko. I already panned it. It's the High Pigment Wet and Dry Eyeshadow in 01. I think it got another number because this is quite old. I think they reformulated this and I got this before they reformulated this. And it's just this white, maybe even off-white shade. And I already panned it. This is not very pigmented. It looks like this, but when you swatch it, it's very soft and it's not very pigmented. It's more subtle. So I always used it for an eyeshadow base. That's why I already panned it. It's more great for a base and also for blending if any color is too harsh. That's what I used it for. Since it's quite old and already a bit longer in my collection, I want to empty it completely, and I think I'm making a good progress in doing so. I probably won't empty it at the end of the year, but I think the pan will be much bigger. And also, since I mentioned I try to empty all of my products even if I don't like them, it kind of takes a lot more time for me to actually empty a makeup product. I don't empty a lot, so I probably won't be doing a video like this or an update video like this in like 1 month or 2 months. I know it wouldn't be such a great progress, so the update video of this will be most likely at the end of the year. Alright, so next will be a highlighter I want to pan, and it's this Too Cool for School Art Class by Rodin highlighter. This is also quite old because the packaging for this looks completely different now. This one is black and I think the new one is white. It's just this classic highlighter of them. Highlighters are quite hard to empty, but I already got quite a dent in here. Honestly, this highlighter is not really a good quality because it's more of a powdery highlighter. It looks quite nice right now. It looks very wet, but it feels very powdery. And also here you can see the packaging, it's all over the place because it is so powdery. And I do have other Korean highlighters that give this exact wet look without being so powdery, so the formulation isn't very great, but it doesn't look bad or anything. It's just not a product which I really like. That's why I want to pan it, almost empty it now already. I use it for my face, on my cheeks, but I also use it on my body, especially on my collarbones or shoulders. That's why I got this dent in here. And I hope now for summer and at the end of the year I hopefully panned it. To empty a highlighter would be a great progress. Let's get to my next product, which will be 2 powders. One is this light pink powder by Revolution, and the other is this Wet n Wild powder, which I already hit pan on. And this is the Revolution Cherry Bake Loose Baking Powder. This was one of their collections. It's not available like this anymore, I think. And I really like this product. I use it on a daily basis, and that's why these light pink powders take quite a lot of time to empty, but it doesn't take a lot of time with this powder to empty. I think I'm going to empty it soon. There was also a cap here, and it came with a really cute heart-shaped puff. And because I used it for such a long time and almost every day, I think it's about time for that product to leave my makeup routine. And the next product was this Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder. It's actually good, especially for that price, and I already panned it. But the issue with this powder is it is the shade Fair Light, but it is actually again too dark for me. It's not dark here, that's why I bought it. But when I apply it on my face, especially when my face is still wet from my foundation and it pulls orange on me, it darkens my complexion. So you can see here when I applied it all over my face, you can see the difference between my neck and my face. But this only happens whenever I use a powder puff, when I use just a big fluffy brush and apply it all over. It's okay, but with the powder puff I cannot use it because it gives me this result. Let's get to the next products, which will be two eyebrow products. One is an Essence eyebrow gel and the other one is a She Glam eyebrow gel. This is a newer product. It came out last year. It is the Essence Brow Lift and Freeze Glue, and they had this gel in a pot, which I also own, and now they made it in a tube. It comes with a brush and a comb and the gel, obviously. I don't have much left, and it's already not like it was when I bought it because the gel kind of oxidized here. It's a bit yellow. It's so much like glue. It keeps your brows in place for the whole day, and this is actually quite hard to remove even with an oil cleanser. You have to kind of rub a lot on your eyebrows to get this product off, but at least it does what it promises. I think I'm going to empty it real soon. And the other product was this She Glam Striking Brow Gel in Red Brown. It's this red brown eyebrow gel, and I use this almost every single day. I bought it when I dyed my hair red and I wanted to have a more reddish color for my eyebrows. That's why I bought it, and it's tinted, obviously. It's easy to work with, and I know this also won't take long to empty. Moving on to the next product, which will be a concealer, and it's this Max Factor concealer. It's the Facefinity All Day Flawless Concealer, and this is discontinued, I'm pretty sure. I think I bought it 2 years ago. It says on the product for a flawless coverage with an airbrushed finish that is long lasting yet feels lightweight, and I can only agree with it. So I do really like it, and since it's not available anywhere anyway, I can empty it and move on. That's for the concealer. And the next category will be eye pencils. I have 3 eye pencils. Now this is actually an eyeshadow. This is the e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams No Budge eyeshadow in this white shade. It's not available anymore, but this is a really nice product. I use it for obviously my eyes, for a base for eyeshadow, and I also use it because it's white and matte. I use it as a matte highlighter, sometimes on my nose. I put this on my nose tip and nose bridge, and then I go over with a more shimmery highlighter, and this works very well. I have still a lot left. This will take a bit longer to finish, but it's okay. It's still creamy, it still works fine. So, and the other eye pencils are these. This one is the brown one, this one is the beige shade, this one is the Kiko. This is so old, I cannot even read anything on this. Now this is already expired, and I actually shouldn't be using it anymore because it is a product that goes on my waterline close to my eyes. So I think I'm still going to use it, but if anything feels off, I'm going to stop. And the other eye pencil is by Flomar, but it's by Pretty by Flomar, so it was just like a secondary brand or something. It's this pretty dark brown shade, and I also use it on a daily basis, but I want to use it up soon. I don't think it will be this year, but hopefully it will be a lot faster than I expect. Let's get to the next product, which is this Revolution highlighter. It's the super dewy liquid highlight in pink lights. Now this could also be a blush, or more specifically a blush lighter, but it is a highlight. I don't know if this is still available anymore, I don't know. It's always for more like a base. It gives this glowy finish, so I use it especially in spring and summer on my cheeks before I go over with a cream blush, and it gives such a nice glowy finish. And I used this so much last year, so I think I'm going to finish it this summer. So now let's get to the blush category. I got these blushes by Kiko. It's the same blush, but just a different shade. It's the Kiko Milano Mood Boost 3-in-1 all-over stick. This is a multi-use product, so you can use it as an eyeshadow and also blush. I always use it just for blush. Obviously, it's not available anymore. You cannot get it anywhere. So I kind of want to just empty it and move on. These are the shades. This one is a more pinky shade and this one is a more mauve brown shade, but this one pulls very orange on me. They are still so creamy and they're both very pigmented and they blend in so well. It's so easy and nice to work with them. I'm sure they are expired. I cannot throw them out, and I'm trying to reach for them more often now so I can make a good progress in emptying them. And the last product is a lip product. It's this lip gloss. It's the Focallure Star-Studded Lip Gloss in Pink 01, and it looks empty, but it's not empty. It's this red shade, and I emptied so much so far, but it's still got product in here, and I think it's not going to take a lot of time to empty this. I just want to empty it completely and just enjoy every use of it. I hope I'm making a good progress when it comes to emptying these products, and I hope by the end of the year I emptied some of these products, and so I can decrease my makeup collection a little bit so I have some space again and just a better overview. So are you doing Project Pan? And also I would like to know, do you use any of your expired products? Because I know it sometimes is a difficult topic, but I know a lot of people do, but we all know we shouldn't really do it. So let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. That way you can support me, and also kindly leave a comment so I know you watched this video. So please do that, and I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. See you next time!